Hi, I'm Ems, aka on Dark and Wings. In this video I wanted to show you the progress I've made on my Lamenters army. As you can see from this photo, I've made quite a bit of progress since last time. So I just wanted to show you what I've worked on so far and talk through some of the process a little bit. So here are the Stern Guard. These were the first guys I painted up. Essentially, I followed the colour scheme for heavy metal on Imperial Fists and then added a little bit more flair with the freehand. These guys are from the Leviathan box set. My friend kindly sent me some of the models, the Spacemarine ones, and some of the Tyrannid ones, which I need to get around to painting. Although this has been a challenging colour scheme to paint, I think it has been rewarding. It's definitely been a good exercise in precision, as yellow is quite an unforgiving colour. So the loincloths on these guys I painted with an off blue colour, so I used a Fenrisian grey with white and then glazed up to white. It's not too difficult to do, and the blue is nice because it contrasts well with the yellow and it's quite subtle. I think I showed the captain last time, but here he is again. Had a lot of fun with this one, and I've decided to go with red capes for my Lamenter army. I wasn't super happy with this dude, but he's painted and out the way. I think sometimes you just gotta paint things, but I think he looks quite good. Another one from the Leviathan box set is the Librarian guy. So I stuck with the traditional blue of the Librarian, and then I painted the shield pad in a Lamenter army scheme. I wasn't a huge fan of painting the Librarian, as he has a lot of engraved parts on the armour, and I hate painting anything like that, but he's done it out the way. And then the next guy is the Medic. So another one from the Leviathan set is an Apothecary. I have a video on painting white armour, and that's out on my YouTube. I'll put the link in the description below. I finished off the big guy. I really like the newest Dreadnought design for the Primaris Marines. I actually really like this design. This is something I've painted previously and I sanded down and painted over the top of. There's still some textures there, but they're not super obvious anyway, and I'm not too bothered. So this was a great practice in using my airbrush as I blended the panels together. And then I did some biker boys. So I spent way too much time on these than I wanted to, but I think they came out great. And I started edge highlighting with the blue around the rims of the bike, and I think that's probably going to be something I'll use on vehicles in the future if there's some black panels on them. It pops and I think it looks great, and it's a nice contrast against the yellow. I do eventually want to field these guys and play some 10th edition 40k. My friend wants to play, so that's something I want to look forward to. Maybe do a 500 point battle or a 1000 point one. I think these would look great on the tabletop and really pop with that yellow and the checkered patterns. And I find these super relaxing to paint, even though there's quite a lot of work goes into them. I don't paint many armies these days, it's mainly character models, so it's nice to keep going back to something and like have this muscle memory, and it's really trained me and got me better at being precise as well. So next up after all this, I will be painting up just some generic Primaris Marines I have primed. I also have the Space Marine Company Heroes. These look awesome, and I think they're my favourite from the newest releases. I think they're worth the money because you get quite a lot of diverse characters in this, and a character model on its own is like £20 these days. So I've primed these, and I've got the first layer of Avalon's Sunset down. Once these guys are finished and painted up, I will show them off in a video. I don't think there's much point in me doing a painting tutorial, since obviously they're going to be Lamenters again, and I already have videos out on how I painted my Lamenter army. However, I will be talking through how I paint the yellow briefly in this video. So after it's primed in white, you can go in with Avalon's Sunset. Colourforge's Sunset Yellow is pretty much the same as well and is great for coverage. Next up is a 50-50 mix of Imperial Fist Yellow and Uriel Yellow. This mixture I've started decantering and mixing with some medium thinner and a bit of water into a bottle, so it's pre-mixed and ready to go. This is something I highly recommend you do if you're often mixing a particular shade and want to get it right every time, especially if you're painting an army. Next up is Scrag Brown and Uriel Yellow, and this is something I started to pre-mix in a bottle as well. So if there's a shortage of Uriel Yellow somewhere, you know it's me. After that is the deeper shades with Doombull Brown. I've started using Scale Colour Primary Yellow instead of Flash Gitch Yellow for the first highlights. It's a thicker and more opaque paint. And I've been using Ice Yellow for the final highlights. Again, this is thicker and more opaque, so it's better for edge highlighting. So that's where I'm up to with my Lamenter army. Thank you for watching.